On his outside, the 79, Steve Miller. Row number 4, the 88 is Adam Nye. On his outside, the 64, Doug Erskine. And those will be your 8 cars. 6 laps the distance on heat race number 1. Again, brought to you by Caledonia Auto Supply. Top 5 will transfer out of this one. Everybody else will head to the B main. And a tall order for these drivers. Starting behind your defending champion, Brandon Jansen's on the outside. Again, of row number 1. Crawling through corner 4, the final time, and we're about to see the green flag from Kyle McKenzie. Here we go, he raced number 1. Jansen gets a good start. Here comes Crosgrove to the inside on Hallett. Can't make that work, as Hallett now goes too wide to the inside of Jansen's, but Jansen's with a better run out of corner 2. Here comes Reichman in the 93 to the inside. He's going to make a bid for the lead. Steve Miller in the 79 goes for a spin behind them. They'll keep it going in mostly green, and Chris Reichman will lead lap number 1. So Chris Reichman now clearly into the lead. Second is Jansen's, third is Hallett, fourth is Crosgrove, fifth in the final transfer spot. That's Tim DeBoer in the number 9. Former track champ Doug Erskine in the 64 trying to chase down DeBoer, as now Jansen's fighting back to the inside on Reichman. Crosgrove going after Hallett for the 3rd spot. And now they're back single file again. They'll be halfway this time by, 3 laps in and 3 to go. The cross flags up on the flag stand. Reichman continues to lead as Jansen's in the 66X still chasing him. Crosgrove still working on Hallett for that 3rd spot. And Erskine in the 64 making a few gains on DeBoer for the final transfer, but hasn't been able to get up close to him yet. Crosgrove again fighting down to the inside on Hallett as those 2 Mustangs go for the 3rd position. 2 to go now for Reichman as he looks for the win here in Caledonia Auto Supply heat race number 1. Reichman has tried a few different lines out of corner 2 so far. Each one of them has proved to be fast enough to stay out in front of Jansen's. White flag out this time by for Reichman as Jansen's falls back just a bit. Hallett still holding down the 3rd spot. Crosgrove all over the bumper on the number 18 car. And Erskine still working on DeBoer for that final transfer spot, but hasn't been able to get up close to him yet. Reichman will come out of corner 4, and he will get the win in heat race number 1. Second will be Jansen's. Third will be Hallett. Fourth is Crosgrove, and fifth in the final transfer spot, Tim DeBoer. So Doug Erskine, Adam Nye, and Steve Miller will head to the B main. Heat race number 2 for the Ministocks coming onto the track, brought to you by Pinty's Delicious Foods. And starting on the pole in the number Hoskins, starting second, the number 8, Barry Westman. Inside row number 2, the number 60 is Martin Schroeder. On his outside, a rookie driver, the 46 is Kevin Pauls. Kevin Pauls in the 46 car. Starting inside row number 3, the 21 is Jonathan Ayrton. Outside row number 3, 3-time bomber champion, moving into the Ministocks this year, the number 23, Dusty DeBoer. Starting 7th, inside row number 4, the 17 is Mike Taylor, and on his outside, another Ministock rookie, the 42 of Joe DeBoer. So Joe DeBoer, that 42 car at the back with no numbers on the driver's side door. And no numbers on the passenger side door either. He does have some on the roof though. So he'll get a talking to from the officials. They definitely want numbers on all these cars. So again, Hoskins and Westman on the front row. Schroeder and Pauls, row number 2. Ayrton and DeBoer, Dusty DeBoer that is, row number 3. And Mike Taylor and Joe DeBoer, row number 4. Top 5 again will transfer out of Pinty's Delicious Foods heat race number 2.
Field comes to the flag stand. Kyle McKenzie will throw the green flag, and we are underway for Pinty's Delicious Foods heat race number 2 for the HRW Automotive Ministocks as Hoskins and Westman go door to door through corner number 1.
Three rookies in the Ministock division starting in this one. Dusty DeBoer getting an introduction to the Ministock division, made it 3 wide there and came out with the 4th spot momentarily. Up front, it's Hoskins and Westman going at it for the lead.
Westman, your leader, off of corner 4 with Hoskins right there on the inside line. That VW there had a hard time controlling it down the front stretch. Now draws upside at the 8 of Westman as they go wheel to wheel down the back stretch.
So Hoskins slowed down a bit there on the backstretch, and it looks like there's a problem on the 37 car for Hoskins. So Westman takes over the lead. Hoskins will fall out of a transfer spot and out of this race. A right front tire flat on the 37 for Hoskins. And up front now, contact for the lead. Pauls and Westman got into it, and Westman got the worst of that. He's got a flat left front tire.
Jonathan Ayrton now your leader with Dusty DeBoer, the Bomber champion from 1 year ago, right up there in that 2nd spot to the outside of the Jansen 66.
So after all of that,
60.
After all that melee, it is Ayrton with the lead in the 21, but we will go yellow on this one for the 8 of Westman. And he will be sent to the pit area for bringing out the yellow on purpose. And he's being told over the radio he will start tail in the B main as well. The officials were calling him to pull into the infield, and he didn't do it and brought out the yellow instead.
Well, I've already made my first driver error of the evening. The 60 is Martin Schroeder. And
I didn't hear it.
I'm getting older, so I thought that was one of the 66 machines, of course.
We are getting older.
Out of the same, yes, we are.
I mentioned earlier tonight, this is season number 9 for you and I here.
Man, oh
but
man.
I don't know where the last 8 years went, but
the Big Ten next year. Jonathan Ayrton leading the way. Dusty DeBoer, the Bomber champ from 1 year ago, in that 2nd spot. The old Kenny Schrader Red Barons ride there. Dusty always pays homage to a former NASCAR paint scheme, and I like that one. He's going to actually get to see Kenny here this year.
Yeah. Hopefully he can get Kenny to sign it.
Be here to race with the UMP Modifieds.
So we're left with 5 cars, or 6 cars going at it for 5 transfer spots here. Jonathan Ayrton shot out of a cannon on the restart there, as he will take the lead coming out of corner 2. Dusty DeBoer and Martin Schroeder going at it for the 2nd spot. Then it's the rookie driver Kevin Pauls in 4th. Another rookie in Joe DeBoer taking the final transfer spot away from Mike Taylor.
2 to go for Jonathan Ayrton. He's going to go on that 21X. One of the drivers that's moved on from the Mustangs, and it's showing to work well right now for Jonathan Ayrton. But right now in that 2nd spot is a Mustang as Dusty DeBoer gets by Schroeder and continues to hold down that 2nd spot as we come to the white flag at the Pinty's Delicious Food Heat Race number 2.
Yeah, that Nissan or Datsun in Jonathan Ayrton's case is becoming a popular car here. And they have like 5 different nose cones on those cars. We'll see that later tonight. Jonathan Ayrton way out front though. Dusty DeBoer, the rookie driver in the 23, doing a good job in 2nd. Mike Taylor into the final transfer spot in the 17.
Checkers out, and your winner of Pinty's Delicious Heat Race, Delicious Foods Heat Race number 2 with Jonathan Ayrton over Dusty DeBoer. And it'll be the Martin Schroeder machine coming home in 3rd. Kevin Pauls comes home in the 4th spot, and it's Mike Taylor and Joe DeBoer. So Joe DeBoer will find himself in the B main here this evening. 3rd qualifying heat for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
In the number 11, we don't see the pinball machine out there as of yet.
So we'll come to the white flag, and we want to welcome to the flag stand full-time in 2016, Mr. Kyle McKenzie, who does a fabulous job up there waving the stick. So Kyle McKenzie with us here in 2016 as the official flag man here at Oshwegan Speedway. Getting ready to go. This 3rd qualifying heat brought to you by Epic Racewear.
So again, top 5 will transfer. Everybody else will go to the B main to try to get into this 15-lap feature coming up later on for the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks. 32 of them signed in tonight. 28 will start that feature race.
Liking the looks of that 69 of Rob Twitchett. It looks like a Mustang, but it's actually a Nissan, I believe is what that is. But he's made the body panel work, and it looks really sharp, that car number 69, as we come to the green flag. An epic race where he race number 3.
So Jansen's in the 66 will lead them through corners 1 and 2 the first time, as Rowicki settles back down into the second spot. Third is Twitchett, as Hodgson lost a couple spots on that start in the 49 car.
Off of corner number 4, Jansen's your leader. Rowicki right there in that second spot. Twitchett holding it down third. Right there. The rookie driver in the 63. He's done a lot of asphalt racing and looking pretty solid here in the first run. The 63 on dirt.
Yeah, when I saw his name on the list, I figured he'd be pretty strong right off the bat, and he's proving to be pretty quick so far, keeping up with 2 veteran drivers here. Up front, though, it's all John Jansen's right now. So he goes away from Rowicki, coming to the inside of Twitchett for that third spot.
2 laps in, 4 to go. Jansen's your leader over Rowicki. Then it's side by side between Crumby and Twitchett. They'll go wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Crumby with a good line on the inside, but Twitchett fights back up top.
Gary Hodgson's got that final transfer spot for the moment, but the 29 of Tim Youngblood and the 11P of Patrick Abramson are trying to chase him down. Still side by side for that third spot, as maybe a little bit of contact there between Twitchett and Crumby as they switch lines in turn 1 and 2.
Jansen's out in front. John Jansen's in the 66, leading the way. Will come down and see the 2 to go signal from Kyle McKenzie, and the battle on for the second spot. Crumby over the outside of Rowicki going down into corner number 1.
Those 2 have swapped lines a couple of times now. Now it's Crumby to the outside again on Rowicki as they try to sort out that second spot. And the white flag coming out this time by for John Jansen's way out front of this one, as he gets a rare opportunity to be in the second heat. Once we start handicapping, you're going to see Jansen's and a few of these other guys starting the 3rd and 4th heats every week.
Crumby in that second spot as Twitchett now will go by Rowicki for the 3rd position going down the backstretch. The top 5 have broken away. As we come to the checkered flag, John Jansen's will pick up the win. An epic race where heat race number 3.
Jansen gets the win. Second will be Crumby. Third at the line is Rob Twitchett. Fourth is Rowicki. And fifth in the final transfer is Gary Hodgson. So that will send the 29 of Youngblood, the 11P of Abramson, and the 11 of Guyverson, if he can start, to the B main. Final HRW Automotive Ministock heat race rolls onto the track. This one brought to you by O'Neill's Farm and Garden. Again, top 5 will transfer, and here's how they'll line up. Starting on the pole, the number 21X, 2-time and defending Art Hill Memorial 42 feature winner. It's Mark Bazine. Starting second, the number 2, Matt Newell. Starting third, the 51 is Trevor Young. Starting fourth, the 54, our rookie driver, is Chris French. Starting fifth, the number 6X is Mike Serentaco. Starting sixth, the 05, Dave Goodacre. Starting seventh, the 65 is Jason Blaze. Starting eighth, the 27 is Nick Serentakos. And the lineup I get says 27D driver don't know. So we'll find out about the driver for the black number 27 out there.
That is Mr. Loblaw. Bob Loblaw. Bob Loblaw. For those of you following at home and scoring.
So again, 8 cars will start this one. 9 were scheduled to go, but we're missing the somebody here. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out that in a minute. But anyway, here we go with heat race number 4, brought to you by O'Neill's Farm and Garden for the HRW Automotive Ministocks. Here at the start of this one, as Matt Newell did not take off very well in the number 2. He drops from second all the way back, fighting for a transfer spot now in that white number 2 car. So Mark Design, number 4, Trevor Young, a feature winner last year, holding that second spot right now in the 51. Third is Chris French in the 54. Then it's the 6X of Mike Sarantakos. And the final transfer spot up for grabs between Matt Newell and that 27 car. And that is Sarantakos, Nick Sarantakos in the 27. So the black 27 is Nick Sarantakos. He now has the final transfer spot. As now Trevor Young looks to have a bit of a problem in the 51. Mike Sarantakos and Chris French sandwich him in there for the second spot, and here comes Nick Sarantakos in the 27. Definitely problems in the 51 of Young. He's off the pace now and falls out of a transfer spot. That puts Matt Newell in the 2 car into a transfer spot, but Dixon in the 6 and the 05 of Goodacre are right there. As now Design gets the 2 to go signal, 4 laps in and 2 to go for Design. Second now is Mike Sarantakos. Chris French in the 54 was side by side with Sarantakos, that is, but he goes for a slide up in corner 2, and that gives Sarantakos the second spot. Now Newell in the number 2 falls out of a transfer spot as well. So attrition rearing its head here, and he raced number 4, white flag out for Mark Design. Mark Design heads through corner 4 the final time, and he raced winner here in he race number 4, brought to you by O'Neill's Farm and Garden, is Mark Design. Second will be Mike Sarantakos. Third is Nick Sarantakos. Then it is Chris French. And the final transfer will go to Jason Dixon in the number 6 car. So that sends Dave Goodacre and Matt Newell to the B main, along with Jason Blaze. The lineup a little bit wonky here. 1 car missing from the lineup. The number 2 of Matt Newell. No, he's out there.
Rolling Doug Erskine, as you mentioned, Tommy, former track champion here, working back on the inside of turn number 2 and down the back chute. We get things rolling.
Rookie drivers in the 2nd and 3rd spot right now, both moving up from the Bombers. That's Joe DeBoer and Patrick Abramson doing a good job here, trying to chase down the veteran driver Doug Erskine. Then it's a gaggle of cars for Ford on back.
Good pack of cars here as everybody trying to find their way through the line. Miller holds down the advantage here just in front of Nye as they work their way on the back straightaway, and what a pack behind them.
So Erskine has the lead. Second is DeBoer for the moment, but here comes Patrick Abramson. Those two used to fighting it out on the small track. Now they're side by side on the big track in the 11P and 42.
Abramson, I gotta wonder, is that the former Robin Elliott car? Looks a lot like, the body lines are similar anyways. Works around through 3 and 4. The veteran Erskine getting it done here in the 64 with the lead, token for 8 cars total. 7 more with the 64 to make it into the P. Or sorry, the A tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. That is the former Robin Elliott car, which won a feature race last year early in the season. So Abramson with a strong piece here, getting used to the big track in the 11P and starting to gain some ground on Doug Erskine in the 64.
Working in here down the front straightaway. Abramson coming up on the back door here. This Bennett's Automotive 64 for Doug Erskine in the Arnott car, working great down the back chute. We got a 2-car race here, but you got to wonder who the other 6 going to be.
Yeah, good fight going on for that final transfer spot. Right now it's Barry Westman in that blue and red number 8 car that has it, but Goodacre is right there in the 05. Now Adam Nye on the bubble in the 88 car as Westman got around him. Youngblood in the 29 still up there as well.
Works it here out of the second turn onto the back straightaway. Westman making moves to the inside, and now Goodacre trying to take a qualifying spot away from Adam Nye as they battle back there for 8th.
Checkered flag is out. Erskine gets that spot, and it will be Adam Nye getting the final transfer. So it's Erskine, Abramson, DeBoer, Hoskins, Newell, Westman, and Nye and Miller, who will get into transfer spots this evening. Goodacre, Youngblood, Guyverson, and Blaze are done for the night. Old baby at home, so I'm up in the middle of the night. So
yeah, me and Greg would rather go to the track. We've been there. Greg more times than me.
Been there, done that. Glad to be going to the track.
A couple of years, I'll bring both he and my daughter here. Not yet, though.
Congratulations, Tommy.
Yeah, glad to see everybody's healthy.
You've got one of each. Quick, get to the doctor.
Yeah, it's in the works.
After 2, I found out what was causing it and took care of it. You know?
Yeah, we only have a limited number of rooms in our house, and I don't want to fill them all. So.
I got my #1 babysitter sitting right there. Thanks, Mom. Mom helps out a ton. Gotta love it, though, man. Kids, just change your outlook. How about this, though? These are our kids right here. The whole family's here ready to have a big hug going into turn 3. Tommy, are you ready to go? Time to fire this one back up. It's the BurgerBarn.ca 21X of Mark Bazine and the defending champ Brandon Jansen's on the outside. 2 in. 8 teams still to go. Bringing it around. We are ready to rock. Sorry, 13 still to go.
Well, are they going to hug or are they going to argue? We'll see here. I think they might argue.
A little bit of both. Here we go, out of 4. Are you fans ready? Let's go racing again.
Here we go. Green flag out again with 2 very stout cars on the front of this one. As Mark Bazine, 2-time winner of the Art Hill Memorial, takes the lead in the 21X. Right behind him, though, Brandon Jansen's our defending track champion, is right there. Gets a good run into corner 3.
3 wide. Oh, big trouble down the back straightaway. Gary Hodgkinson gets tangled up with the 6 car down the back straightaway, and very lucky that did not turn into a way bigger catastrophe. They both lifted a little bit and gave each other some room, and we avoid a major problem.
Oh, there's the arguing part.
I don't know. I get the feeling those 2 are going to give each other a hug at the end of this one, because it could have been a lot worse.
So Dixon pulled away in the 6 car. Hodgson maybe has a little bit more damage. Going to have the safety crew take a look at it, but from my vantage point, it looks like he may be able to restart as well.
You know, Tommy, I want to send a shout out to Stan and this track crew here. If you notice, they replaced all the backstretch walls Dale just mentioned. They took that second tier of walls of the concrete along and have now brought it in with the straw and hay, and that really prevented a big problem down the back straightaway there.
Yeah, we saw Steve Miller hit the end of that wall really hard in the 79 car. I believe it was last year, early in the season, and definitely good to see that that has been fixed back there. So more damage on the 49 than I first thought. They got the hood up and they're going to take him off the track, unfortunately. So Hodgson, in his 2nd year of Ministock competition, will not start his season on a good note here. The oldest drivers in the field, I believe he's 66 this year, decided to get behind the wheel last year for the first time, and went down to Merrittville every week as well. Had some good runs both here and at Merrittville, so I'm sure he'll have that car back together for, if not tomorrow night, at least next week.
As Jamie Maudsley likes to say on one of the tours we dealt with on the asphalt, you know, those are your CPP dollars, your Canadian pension plan dollars at work out there. The 54 car with some heavy nose damage on that machine also. Jonathan Ayrton back out Song's rear cover. And here they come off of turn number 4. Mark Bazine and Brandon Jansen's go at it one more time.
Chris Wegman this year, he is right there in the 3rd spot. Takes a look to the insider of Bazine, but can't get anything done so far. Then it's John Jansen's, who won a couple races last year as well in that number 66 car.
Brandon Jansen's working up on the outside, trying to find a bit of room, but it is definitely the long way around, and when they equalize at the straightaway, you see just how far back Brandon has fallen. Here comes Reichman to the inside with John Jansen and Aaron Ruwitsky. Meeting Mario Andretti gave him some speed, apparently.
Yeah, Mario's signature on that number 4 car, and he's up into the top 6 now with Chris French, rookie driver in the 54, doing a good job up in the top 10.
Working it here into one. Down to the low side goes the Burger Barn machine of Mark Bazine. Up on the outside, it is the Hawkins Electric 66X of Brandon Jansen's trying to chase them down into 3.
Barry Westman took the number 8 to the pits, but will stay green here with Bazine still up front. Jansen's in the 66X still trying stubbornly to run that outside groove, and he might be making up a little bit of ground up here in 1 and 2, but he seems to lose it a bit in 3 and 4 as he does make up some ground down the backstretch now.
Top 4 have strung out ahead of Rowitsky and the rest of the pack in behind them. Ayrton on the move in the 21X. That's the former Tyler LaFontaise car. That 240SX, and it is a machine time. You keep your eye on Ayrton. He's been to the back twice already tonight, and now working his way in mid-pack again.
Yeah, Ayrton definitely doing a good job in that new car. Drove a Mustang for quite a few years here, and got a good feel for the rear-wheel drive cars, but almost double the horsepower in those Datsuns and Nissans, and he's making use of all of it right now. Halfway, 8 laps in, and 7 to go for Mark Bazine out front.
Bazine looking pretty slick right here as he's got this one pretty well in hand so far, as nobody has been able to run with that 21X so far. Here comes Jansen's up on the outside, and he gets loose. Has to gather it up as his brother bears down on the rear bumper of the 66X.
Yeah, Brandon Jansen just cannot get out of corner 4. Turns 1 and 2, he's pretty good, but corner 4 has been his sticking point, and now John Jansen's trying to get the inside on his brother, the track champ from last year. Bazine just cruising through that middle groove so far, but some black traffic.
Heavy
and now
flip.
A big flip down in corner 1 and 2.
Ew. Tommy, it's the 42 machine. And we'll get over here in just 1 second.
Joe DeBoer upside down between corners 1 and 2. The safety crew on the scene quickly. And Clinton also up there as well. We'll get a word on the driver as soon as we can.
Well, the driver's got the steering wheel off and working his way out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. How about a hand? He's all right down here. Joe DeBoer working his way out of the 42 car. And he's out with the helmet off. And all right, that is the main thing. Joe, you all right, man? That's the big story.
I'm all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about it? He's okay down here. Certainly not the way you want to get your season underway, man. The car is a mess.
No, I think that's the end of the season for me.
Well, we've heard racers say that. You got a lot of friends back there. I'm sure you get it back together. Certainly not the way he wanted to hear you guys cheer for him tonight. Joe DeBoer got some major work ahead of them here in the 42, but the driver's okay, and that's the main thing. Tommy.
So tough top breakdown there for Joe DeBoer, and it looked to me like he lost a wheel because there was a wheel way up off the end of corner 2 that beat Joe to the corner. And that does not go well when you're trying to dive into the corner at full speed here in one of these mini stocks. And a shame for Joe DeBoer. That car was pretty much completely dent free and very clean looking coming into the night, and it's the opposite of that now. Mark Bazine, the leader, chooses the inside groove here for the restart, the 21X of Mark Bazine. Brandon Jansen's will start second in the 66 car, then it's John Jansen's in the 66, the 93 Chris Reichman, the 60 of Martin Schroeder, the 4 of Aaron Rowitsky with a good run going here, the 96 of Crosgrove, the 21 of Jonathan Ayrton, as Clinton mentioned, has been to the back a couple of times here and back up into the top 10. Then it's Rob Hoskins and Adam Hallett rounding out the top 10 right now.
Green flag in the air for the HRW Automotive Ministocks as we try and finish this one out. Troubles on the restart for Aaron Rowitsky, pulled out of line. And he's playing around inside the car there, and troubles for the 4X. So a bad break for Aaron Rowitsky as the race at the front continues to heat up.
Look at Jonathan Ayrton making moves. He's up into the top 5 now. Got around the 66 of Jansen, or sorry, that's Schroeder in the 60. And Mike Taylor in the 17, very slow on the back stretch. And we may have to go yellow on this. Now Taylor gets the 17 back moving a little better, but yellow flag is already out.
So the yellow comes out for the 17 of Mike Taylor, who just picked up the pace as the yellow flag came out, but will...
Here a long time in one of these mini stock races to try to get something done, but those top 4 have been very tough so far.
So the white flag out, and we'll try it again next time by with Bazine up there with the Jansens and Chris Reichman in the top 4. Reichman, another driver that switched from the Mustang.
Yeah, the Mustang, that was, well, there's still a lot of them out there, but the Mustang was the car of choice here in the mini stock division for a very, very long time. Even when you and I started here, they were still dominating, but now it's mostly these Nissans and front-wheel drive cars that are really starting to pick up the pace.
Back to the green flag, 10 laps into this one. Kyle McKenzie throws the green, and we're back underway with Mark Bazine leading the way in the Bird Barn, 21X.
Now Reichman throws it down to the inside on Brandon Jansen's, trying to take the 2nd spot. Here comes Jonathan Ayrton to the inside on Reichman, trying to take the 3rd spot away. Ayrton on the move in that 21 car, but up front it's still Bazine in the 21X.
Bazine across the stripe another time. 4 laps to settle. Brandon Jansen's right there. Jonathan Ayrton trying to work his way into a top 3. Splits 2 cars going off of corner number 2 and down the backstretch. Keep an eye on that 21 machine.
Ayrton on the move through the middle groove now. He'll put a bit of a slider. No, he won't on Reichman as he stays in the middle groove. Jansen's in the 66X has not let Bazine get as far away as he was now. So this one is still up for grabs here. Now Jansen's a little bit sideways in corner 2, and Bazine will pull away by about a car length.
Just a little bit of a bobble. That's all it takes to lose some ground, and it happened right there for Jansen's off of corner number 2. 2 laps to go for Mark Bazine. Then he got Jansen's, Ayrton, Jansen's, and Reichman.
Ayrton trying to catch that 66X of Brandon Jansen's as John Jansen's. The Jansen sandwich there for Ayrton as John Jansen's behind him, but Reichman now fights back on the outside, trying to take that 4th spot back again. White flag out for Bazine out front.
One more trip around. The battle right now seems to be for the 2nd spot. Can Jonathan Ayrton get by Brandon Jansen's? Here comes John Jansen's into the mix. They're going to go 3 wide for the 2nd spot with Mark Bazine out front with a half a lap to go.
He did a good job of avoiding contact there. Up front, it's all Mark Bazine here, as he will come around to get the win. Contact there between Jansen's and Ayrton for the 3rd spot. Ayrton will get the spot. Brandon Jansen's finishes 2nd. Ayrton 3rd, John Jansen's 4th, Chris Reichman 5th. Then it's Martin Schroeder, Rob Hoskins, Tim DeBoer, Brian Crosgrove, and Rob Tritchett, I believe, got up into the top 10 there.
So some drivers that are veterans of the division come up with some big performances here tonight, and Tommy Gooch will head down trackside. A Mobile 1 victory. Lane and Talk to the first winner of the season in the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks, Mark Bazine. Still got some time to get some 50-50 tickets. Sellers going through the stands in the pink t-shirts. Flag them down, get in on the draw. I believe it'll be our Thunderstock feature winner that will draw the winning number here tonight. So you got a couple of features left to grab some 50-50 tickets.
Mark Bazine climbs out of the 21X. His first feature win comes in his first race of 2016. Driver who won 6 features last year here at Oshwegan, including the Art Hill Memorial, working on getting the helmet and neck device off here. And he's got the helmet off now. Come on over here and see us, Mark. Oh, he's got the epic race wear hat he's got to put on too. That's important. Can't go hatless in victory lane. And boy, you started near the front, and once you got up there, nobody could touch you. You were fast last year. It looks like you're the man to beat again this year.
Yeah, I had one goal starting tonight out, and I wanted to win opening night. Last 2 years, I had a little bad luck, and I thought I started out right this year, going for a championship.
So you're not going to skip a week this year then?
No, sir.
Boy, that's bad news for the rest of the field. Mark Bazine, who do you want to thank for getting you here to Mobile One Victory Lane?
Really got to thank Jay at Burger Barn. Really helped me out this year. I'm driving for him. Everyone at Burger Barn, Ace One Construction, can't thank him enough.
There he is. That's Mark Bazine. He's your feature winner here tonight on Ackland Insurance. Opening night here at Oshwegan Speedway. Defending track champ Brandon Janssens finishes second. And you were married to that top side pretty much the whole time, and you were catching him at some points, but then it was a little slippery up there, and you just couldn't quite get him.
Yeah, the track seemed to be changing a little bit at the end, so it's harder to find a good line. Tonight's race actually reminded me of last year's Art Hill Memorial, chasing him around, but got my car. It's handling really good, and I'm very happy with all the off-season results. So a bunch of seconds, it's a lot of points, so it's a good start.
Pretty good way to defend your championship. Who do you want to thank for getting you here to the podium?
I'd like to thank Hawkins Electric. They're a new sponsor this year. We couldn't have got the car out here without them. And I'd also like to thank Hammond Air Conditioning.
There he is. That's Brandon Janssens, second place here tonight. Jonathan Ayrton on the podium here in his Datsun. And, boy, went to the back a couple of times tonight, came back to the front. You got to be pretty happy with this new car.
Oh, I couldn't be any happier with it. You know, we've had a lot of work over this off-season, and it's paid off tonight.
Who do you want to thank for getting you up here onto the podium?
Thank all my sponsors and all the guys. You know, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be on the podium tonight.
There he is. That's Jonathan Ayrton, third place tonight. And put your hands together again for all of our podium finishers in the HRW Automotive Mini Stocks.
Time for the starting lineup for the first feature of the